Go in every time. You know it need to be loud. I can't do it and I've been trying. Trying to go get me a thing. Trying to go get me a man. Trying to go get me a bill. I don't give a nobody. All of my niggas be big. All of my niggas be dead. All of my children be big. All of my children be living. All of my children be with. I don't give a fuck about your business. That shit ain't none of my business. I don't give a fuck about your business. That shit don't keep none of my interest. Yeah. I play hard. I be trapping on the day. Niggas be playing. Niggas be broke. That's what you can't make. This is the bread. This is my day. This is the thing that you play. I hope you do this. Hold up. If you run up, gotta go to the culture. You come in the culture. I go to the show up. Go to the video up. Go to the folder. The video up. Folder up. The folder up. Couple niggas. Right like that. I'm not Hello.
To rock this ice, tell me what you niggas know about sacrifice.
What's good with y'all, man? What's poppin', fam? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy, Big 36, nigga, Project Slum Lord, King of the Slum business, man. You already know how we coming. You already know what's going down. You already know what the business is when it comes to this channel, man. If you don't, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, man, so y'all can get all my post notifications when I post anything, everything that I post on this channel. But I also got 3 other channels, so make sure y'all tap into those channels. But anyway, I'm gonna leave all those channels and shit in the description, so y'all can get a hold of those when y'all want to see them. You feel me? But we about to react to this YNW Melly shit, his case. You feel me? We about to do a whole thorough reaction, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I could either leave the channel description of the video we about to react to in the description, or y'all could just go subscribe to my other channel where it's called Slum World Hip Hop News, where I drop all my hip hop news channel, where you ain't got to worry about me talking or doing none of these reactions, man. It's just the video. You can get all the information you need from just the videos. Nobody talking. So if you don't want to hear a nigga talk, you don't want to hear a nigga say nothing about nothing on nothing and make your own opinion, cool. Go subscribe to my Hip Hop News channel. And then if you want to hear my commentary, you already know, you come right here and where I drop these commentary videos at, and y'all can, you know what I'm saying, do what y'all got to do. And all my stuff is for y'all to react to. It's free for y'all to react to them. I make the videos myself that I react to. Don't nobody else. I don't react to other people's videos. I react to my own stuff. So if y'all want to be able to react to them, they free for y'all to react to. Go ahead, do your thing. You feel me? But without further ado, man, let's get into this video, man. Hold on. Let me get this thing situated. Yeah, feel me? Shout out to y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so y'all get all my post notifications, man. Please, man. A nigga be thugging, you know what I'm saying? A nigga be doing this thing. A nigga be coming with that thing for y'all. I be trying, you feel me? Look out for me. I look out for y'all, you feel me? Straight up. And y'all, also, I got a Discord. Man, there's so much shit I could be promoting right now. Man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That's all I need y'all to do, man. Hit that shit, man. Y'all can subscribe to my Discord if y'all want. I'm gonna leave that in the description as well. Like everything that y'all want me, y'all want to see more of me, man, check the description. I got you. Everything gonna be in there. But let's get into this YNW Melly shit. You feel me? And let's see what's really transpiring on in the case. You know what I'm saying? So we can know what's going on. Shout out to that boy Melly, man. Free that man. Let's go.
Developing at 5:30, some shocking testimony made by a prosecutor today with the state attorney's office. She said she witnessed wrongdoing by a lead investigator. All of this is related to the YNW Melly murder case.
And a new trial is expected to begin very soon after that first one ended in a mistrial. Local 10's Leanne Morhone joining us live outside the courtroom in Miami with more. An interesting day in court for sure, Leanne.
Sure, Christy, and this trial was supposed to start next week soon, but that isn't happening anymore. That is on hold for now because the judge has to continue listening to motions relating to what we were listening to today. So the lead prosecutor in the YNW Melly murder case ended up on the stand today, questioned by the defense about why she did not disclose, why the defense did not learn about an incident that involved another prosecutor and the lead investigator in the case engaging in behavior that she perceived to be as slimy.
You indicated here that counsel for the defendant.
Okay, so that was literally just the news reporters just sitting there expressing and saying how the prosecutor and the detective have been doing foul stuff. And there's a woman in the prosecutor's office who is literally going against the prosecutor. Like she's not on Melly's side or nothing. She's just calling out the fact that they have been doing foul business in the prosecutor's office, from the prosecution office to the detective on the case, been doing foul shit. But let's get back into it so y'all can see what's going on. You did.
Believes that there is probable cause that the witnesses under subpoena, the members of the state attorney's office and the elected state attorney to have committed obstruction of justice and attempted witness tampering and felony pursuant to FS 838.022 for misuse of public office due to their actions since October of 2020. That's what it says, John. That's right. Very serious allegation.
So the judge is literally making this claim that he's reading out that this is what's going on. Like the prosecution office has been doing foul shit from the jump because Melly's a lawyer team put together a affidavit to let the judge know that they shouldn't even be, like, nothing that they saying should be admissible in this second trial because they've been doing foul stuff from the beginning. So it's literally causing the trial to be restarted all over again.
Very serious allegation. Very serious.
A 10-page motion filed by the defense on September 26 says the state had possession of evidence that would have impeached the credibility of a lead investigator in the case, Detective Mark Moretti. The motion goes on to say the state should have presented the evidence to the defense prior to the trial.
Maybe they should get their own lawyer. Maybe they should take the fifth. but we need to ferret it out.
But before the court could figure it out, Judge John Murphy, the same judge from Melly's first trial, demanded lead prosecutor Christine Bradley be at the hearing because so many of the defense's claims center around her.
Typically, what I do when I have a brain or some issue about it,
Okay, so basically what's going on now is that the prosecution, I'm sorry, y'all. The prosecution is filed. And a lot of the charges that Melly lawyers are bringing up to the prosecution is really about the prosecution. It really falls on the prosecutor. It's the lady, right, that they just shown. This the lady they just shown. You feel me? But she really out here they had to subpoena her to court. Let's just say that. She ain't want to come do none of this, but she has to. So let's continue. Y'all, yeah, check it out. Y'all go see what's going on.
prosecutor who's involved in it tells me she comes in here, she's got an obligation of candor to the court, and I ask her a question, and she advises me as to what's going on and why there's a change, why something like that. But she's not here. This is her case. We spent 2-3 months trying the case originally. It came to a hung jury, but she's not here for this. I don't understand that.
Bradley is eventually brought into the courtroom to testify.
We have until October 21st to begin jury selection and to start that process. My suggestion would be that we set aside time for a motion to begin next week and try and get those handled, because it is inappropriate to try and pick a jury when we don't know what the issues or what the evidence of the case is being.
That's what I thought a week, 10 days ago, but you all told me that we wanted to
Or
start.
anything to that nature.
But, okay, let's go back to it. So, Detective Moretti, you know that Ms. Boutros is never going to work with Detective Moretti again, and cold and slimy and untrustworthy.
Correct.
Sustain. Rephrase your question.
When you find that out, you talk to...
Now, hold on. See what he just said was because the detective, mind you, the prosecutor and the detective are working together. Because the detective is faulty, he's asking, this is Melly's lawyer asking the prosecutor, how do you pretty much what's up with you in the fact that this the lady that works in your office that had to do with the case of your mom, Melly's mom, phone getting confiscated, and it was illegally confiscated. What do you got to say about the fact of what the lady that works in the prosecution office that's testifying against the prosecution office saying about their tactics to get their evidence? That's what's really going on. Melly lawyer is trying to ask the prosecution or the prosecutor, if you know that this cop did faulty business to get this information or to even get what y'all got, how could you back this up when he took the phone from Melly's mom? Now, mind you, the lady later on, y'all gonna see, she was literally about to sit there and like she telling on everything. I'm gonna say that.
Correct. You just told us.
I asked him to write a report. I did not speak anything about what Ms. Boutros said to me or anything of that nature.
Okay. What's the next thing you do on this as far as his statement?
In terms of after his report is issued?
Well, as far as the incident that occurred in which Ms. Boutros is claiming that he was soliciting Deputy Goral to lie, what's the next thing that you do after, I guess it's 5 days later, 7 days later after this occurs? You talk to Moretti, what happens next?
After I got his report and made no indication about any request to lie or to have BSO say that they were there when they were not, I at some point reviewed parts of this statement. I had requested copies of, and from the Sheriff's Office to preserve any and all surveillance that existed to see on time frames as to anything that had happened.
Did you talk to Ms. Boutros about it?
No, the only conversation I had with her was on October 17th when she called me. She does not come into the office on a regular basis. It's my understanding she works remotely.
Okay. So you never questioned Detective Moretti as far as what he actually said on that statement, or did you question him at some later date of that?
At some later date, I couldn't tell you exactly when.
Can you give us a rough estimate, Roy?
I could not.
Was it before or after the last trial?
Before.
And do you know who was around when the internal affairs investigation was over? Or was it before that?
It was before that.
Did you have any input in the internal affairs investigation?
None at all. In fact, I only became aware of it when Mr. Edelstein told me that it was ongoing.
You didn't talk to the AI sergeant?
IA sergeant, perhaps you mean?
Whatever.
So once I became aware that there was an investigation, I contacted the Miramar Police Department to find out the status of the complaint, because my understanding it was never elevated to an actual investigation because they found it without merit. And I said, I have a copy of the surveillance footage from that. If there's anything that you need and I can provide, I'd be happy to do so.
Now, you did say that you spoke to Detective Moretti prior to the AI, or IA, IA report being concluded.
Yes.
And you don't know exactly when, but you know it was before that.
That is correct.
Okay. And the subject of that conversation dealt with the allegations against him as far as trying to get Deputy Goral to lie.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about that conversation.
The best record of what was said is what was filed in the, I believe, August 23rd, September 23rd, Brady notice, in which is the first one that I filed, that I drafted on with regards to what was said.
Okay. So
her whole energy is strange. Like, her whole energy, y'all, that shit, it's like, she lying. Like, she lying. She too, like, okay, well, she's acting as if she's not bothered, because they know on the stand, like, everybody be seeming like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she know the protocol. She trying to act, but the more she act, the more guilty she look. If y'all think I'm wrong when I say that, leave that in the comments, because the more she act to me, the more guilty she look. I'm sorry. I see through it. I ain't no fool. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's go.
the IA investigation was done basically around July 20th of 2022.
I don't know the dates on that one. My apologies. I was not expecting to testify.
She sound like a criminal, bro. Oh, God. I ain't gonna lie. Let's be honest, y'all. I could air hustle. I've been doing what I was doing around here. You know what I'm saying? I walked away, but I heard, right? Bro, she sound like a criminal, bro. She sound like how niggas sound when they get caught. But I don't know nothing. But I don't know nothing. Everybody know that when you an upstanding citizen and you right and you ain't wrong and you ain't no criminal or been in the street, as a civilian, it's okay for you to tell the truth. You get what I'm saying? Like, that shit worldwide understood, or is it just to black niggas? You know what I'm saying? If black niggas just lie about some shit, they just assume we lying. Or is that not just regular shit. Like if you know a motherfucker lying, they're gonna deny shit, certain shit. You feel me? Like it's a certain way. You're gonna see it. But if a nigga was in court and the nigga pled the fifth, what you gonna think? Oh, he guilty. He knows something, right? So what's the difference between the prosecutor being in court and acting like she don't remember nothing? She sound like a nigga in the motherfucking goddamn questioning. When they in the motherfucking the whole look question the situation. Sound like a nigga sitting there, bro. I don't know nothing, bro. I don't know. I don't even remember. I don't remember shit. That shit happened. I don't know. You know that nigga know, man. Come on, stop playing with me, man. And I'm just saying, it ain't the fact that a motherfucker saying you saying that, or they're wrong for saying that they don't know, because they possibly can't know or don't know, right? But at the end of the day, ain't it still your job to prove that whether what they know or don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's still your job to prove that it happened, right? So now you know it's real when you start seeing the same people that prosecute other people start taking the role of the other people that they prosecute and start acting like how they act. Oh, I don't remember. I don't know. It don't act like that. I don't know. Now you know that shit foul. No. Now they exposing their own work tactics. But let's go back to it, because I've been talking too long and y'all ain't gonna get it till y'all keep watching.
Is it a fair statement to say numerous months went by between the time you talked to Detective Moretti and you issued that Brady notice that you said on September 23rd?
That is correct.
Okay. Do you know how many months?
I do not.
Did the trial go on in between those two times, meaning the first trial?
It did.
Excuse me?
It did.
Okay. So you had talked to Moretti about the allegations of his trying to get a deputy to lie prior to the first trial, but you did not reveal that in any Brady notice, did you?
So the discussions were that he denied that any such conversation took place, that no such event happened. Again, I'm paraphrasing on this one, but he stated that the deputy showed up, he didn't even know who it was, and the deputy was lost. So there was about 5 or 6 minutes in between when the sergeant had left before the deputy showed up. At that point, when the deputy showed up, Detective Moretti asked him something to the effect of, were you outside when this all happened?
Were you outside, is what you're saying?
Yes, when this all happened.
Nah, she sound like she lying, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. So what? I don't care. I don't want to have to go back, but I will go back. Matter of fact, yeah, let's go back. Let's see. Well, let's recap what she just said, because y'all got to keep up with this. Mind y'all, she the one saying this. This is the prosecution. This ain't a witness. This is the prosecutor, the one who's filing the charges.
Didn't even know who it was, and the deputy testified today, so I didn't review.
Is it a fair statement to say numerous months went by between the time you talked to Detective Moretti and you issued that Brady notice that you said on September 23rd?
That is correct.
Okay. Do you know how many months?
I do not.
Did the trial go on in between those two times, meaning the first trial?
It did.
Excuse me?
It did.
Okay. So you had talked to Moretti about the allegations of his trying to get a deputy to lie prior to the first trial, but you did not reveal that in any Brady notice, did you?
So the discussions were that he denied that any such conversation took place, that no such event happened. Again, I'm paraphrasing on this one, but he stated that the deputy showed up, he didn't even know who it was, and the deputy was lost. So there was about 5 or 6 minutes in between when the sergeant had left before the deputy showed up. At that point, when the deputy showed up, Detective Moretti asked him something to the effect of, "Were you outside when this all happened?" Detective
Were you outside?
Yes, when this all happened. Detective Grell replied something to the effect of, "I can be if you needed me to." Basically, Detective Grell, if you reviewed the surveillance footage, went to the wrong conference room and was on his phone wandering about the 7th floor trying to find him.
Okay. That was all well and good, but my question really is, you had a discussion with him that he was being accused of trying to get an officer to lie, and this was months before the first trial.
This was at some point, I would say, before April of 2023, yes.
Okay, and then I said you did not turn that over to the defense, and you started going to what Moretti said. But you also had, didn't you, a statement by a fellow prosecutor who had been prosecuting for 20 years plus that said Moretti did say these things.
Leading, testifying, and all these starting to move in an area that's close to.
Thank you. Counsel, I don't want you arguing the witness. You're giving a recitation of facts and demanding in some way she agrees with it. I don't mind you asking questions about it, but I don't want you to be arguing with it, all right? Restate it.
When you spoke to Detective Moretti, and we're talking about the conversation that you actually finally had with him prior to the first trial.
Yes.
Did you let him know that there were allegations made by Ms. Boutros?
Was this judge not pulling like protective feminist movement behavior just now? That goes on in the court system? Even in the House of Justice, propaganda still reigns? We don't give a fuck about how he placing the questioning according to the witness or the person on the stand by gender now, are we? Oh, no wonder America going to shit. And I'm for it. Yeah. I'm all for it. No wonder why America going to shit. Yeah, fuck it, bitch. If this how this shit going, fuck out of here. Listen to what the judge just said again. He making Melly lawyer back down just because she a goddamn woman. Watch this.
Thank you. Counsel, I don't want you arguing the witness. You're
Area that's a statement by a fellow prosecutor who had been prosecuting for 20 years plus.
Listen to how the judge, you don't see the judge, but you hear him. Listen how he protects her at the stand.
That said, Moretti did say these things.
Leading, testifying, and all these starting to move in an area that's close to.
Thank you. Counsel, I don't want you arguing the witness. You're giving a recitation of facts and demanding in some way she agrees with it. I don't mind you asking questions.
Listen at this nigga now. The lawyer ain't say shit. We gonna go back to it because I want y'all to really understand this, man. We might do a part 2 of this video. This video 40-some minutes, so we gonna, you know what I'm saying, we gonna get through the whole thing. Just wait, you know what I'm saying. Listen, my videos don't be nothing but less than an hour, nigga. I give y'all good content. You feel me? So, we gonna do another part 2 of this motherfucker, or y'all can go to slumworld.hiphopnews and watch the entire video by yourself without me even commenting. You feel me? Don't forget that. You can go to my other channel. Link will be in the description. You can watch the entire video without me being even commenting and saying nothing. But we finna motherfucker talk about this shit. This is what we do on this channel right here, man. I make my content for my other channels, but I'll bring them here to talk about them. Yeah, we gonna talk about this shit. Yeah, we gonna talk about what's going on in this case. You feel me? So if you ain't rocking with me, man, get the fuck on. But if you hear, let's hear. Let's, you know what I'm saying? We slum gang, we play for keeps. We in this bitch. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Slums and slumettes. You feel me? Men and women too. You know what I'm saying? But watch how the judge sit there and try to play this shit like, you know, real strange, like a black man life ain't on the line trying to protect. You're trying to get a black man who's facing the death penalty lawyer to sit there and appease to a white woman's feelings with his questioning. If I was to see my lawyer stutter stepping a little bit, he fired. Get your ass on, bitch ass nigga. I'ma hire me a Jewish white lawyer. But on God, he better not fetch a step it to that white woman. On God, he better motherfucking bring all the questioning he need. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that they moving foul. Nigga questioning, but the judge been on this motherfucker for a minute. He tired of this case. You gonna see that later on in this video when we get to the second half of it, because this shit long. You feel? Yeah, let's go.
Detective Moretti asked him something to the effect of, were you outside when this all happened? Detective...
Were you outside?
Yes, when this all happened. Detective Gorell replied something to the effect of, I can be if you needed me to. Basically, Detective Gorell, if you reviewed the surveillance footage, went to the wrong conference room and was on his phone wandering about the 7th floor trying to find him.
That was all well and good, but my question really is, you had a discussion with him that he was being accused of trying to get an officer to lie, and this was months before the first trial.
This was at some point, I would say, before April of 2023, yes.
Okay, and then I said you did not turn that over to the defense, and you started going into what Moretti said. But you also had, didn't you, a statement by a fellow prosecutor who had been prosecuting for 20 years plus that said Moretti did say these
She was leading, testifying, and all these started to move in the area that's close to.
Thank you. Counsel, I don't want you arguing with a witness. You're giving a recitation of facts and demanding in some way she agrees with it. I don't mind you asking questions about it, but I don't want you to be arguing with it, all right? Restate it.
when you spoke to Detective Moretti, and we're talking about the conversation that you actually finally had with him prior to the first trial.
Yes.
Did you let him know that there were allegations made by Ms. Boutros and what they were?
Yes, because I asked him if there was any validity to it. I asked him if there was any validity,
Okay.
and that was his response.
And his response was what you just had told us about?
That is correct.
Okay. Did you speak to Ms. Boutros about it?
Okay, so what he's explaining, y'all, if y'all, don't know what's going on, he's explaining the fact that, okay, the detective in the case was actually trying to get another officer to lie and say he was in the room when he took the YNW Melly's mom's cell phone from her, right? But through the Constitution, through the law, okay, so it's a lady that works in the office with the prosecution lady, right? So it's two women. It's the prosecution lady and this Miss Boutros, right? They work in the same office. So then there's the detective of the case, right? So the detective of the case and the prosecution lady, those two people are working together. Miss Boutros, hence the middle finger, is against both of them. Because the detective did some foul shit by trying to take YNW Melly's mom's cell phone without the right proper procedures, and the prosecution still running with it. That's why Miss Boutros is against the detective and the prosecution. You get what I'm saying? You following me? This shit deep. YNW Melly mom got hurt when the detective took the cell phone. This is why Miss Boutros is on some, because she has medical injury documentation that verifies that this situation was a fucked up situation and caused her damage and harm because of this overzealous officer. I hope y'all following me. So let's continue.
No.
But based upon Detective Moretti's representation to you, you decided not to file Brady notice. Is that a fair statement?
No. Based on Detective Moretti's statement, Deputy Gorell's report that also denied any such thing has had.
So the Brady notice is her filing because of the wrongful doing of them taking the cell phone and Melly's mom getting injured in the process. That's what the Brady notice was. It's to let them know that this phone was confiscated wrongfully. But he's asking the prosecution, did you let them know? Did you sign, you know what I'm saying, apply for the Brady notice or sign for the Brady notice to let them know that? And she's like, no, just listen to what she said.
Their reports don't jive though. Doesn't Detective Moretti say it was a joke and Deputy Gorell say it didn't occur?
Lie or anything to that nature.
But, okay, let's go back to it. So, Detective Moretti, you know that Ms. Boutros is never going to work with Detective Moretti again and call him slimy and untrustworthy.
Correct.
Sustain. Rephrase your question.
When you find that out, you talk to Detective Moretti, correct? You just told us.
I asked him to write a report. I did not speak anything about what Ms. Boutros said to me or anything of that nature.
Okay. What's the next thing you do on this as far as his statement?
In terms of after his report is issued?
Well, as far as the incident that occurred in which Ms. Boutros is claiming that he was soliciting Deputy Gorell to lie, what's the next thing that you do after, I guess it's 5 days later, 7 days later after this occurs? You talk to Moretti, what happens next?
After I got his report, it made no indication about any request to lie or to have BSO say that they were there when they were not. I at some point reviewed parts of this statement. I had requested copies of, from the Sheriff's Office to preserve any and all surveillance that existed to see on time frames as to anything that had happened.
Did you talk to Ms. Boutros about it?
No, the only conversation I had with her was on October 17th when she called me. She does not come into the office on a regular basis. It's my understanding she works remotely.
So you never questioned Detective Moretti as far as what he actually said on that statement, or did you question him at some later date of that?
At some later date, I couldn't tell you exactly when.
Can you give us a rough estimate?
I could not.
Was it before or after the last trial?
Before.
And do you know who was around when the internal affairs investigation was over? Was it before that?
It was before that.
Did you have any input in the internal affairs investigation?
None at all. In fact, I only became aware of it when Mr. Edelstein told me that it was ongoing.
You didn't talk to the AI sergeant?
IA sergeant, perhaps you mean?
Whatever.
So once I became aware that there was an investigation, I contacted Miramar Police Department to find out the status of the complaint, because my understanding it was never elevated to an actual investigation because they found it without merit. And I said, I have a copy of the surveillance footage from that. If there's anything that you need and I can provide, I'd be happy to do so.
Now, you did say that you spoke to Detective Moretti prior to the IA report being concluded.
Yes.
And you don't know exactly when, but you know it was before that.
That is correct.
Okay. And the subject of that conversation dealt with the allegations against him as far as trying to get Deputy Gore off the line.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about that conversation.
The best record of what was said is what was filed in the, I believe, August 23rd, September 23rd, Brady notice, in which is the first one that I filed, that I drafted on with regards to what was said.
Okay. So the IA investigation is done basically around July 20th of 2022.
I don't know the dates on that one. My apologies. I was not expecting to testify today, so I didn't review.
Is it a fair statement to say numerous months went by between the time you talked to Detective Moretti and you issued that Brady notice that you said on September 23rd?
That is correct.
Okay. Do you know how many months?
I do not.
Did the trial go on in between those two times, meaning the first trial?
It did.
Excuse me?
It did.
Okay. So you had talked to Moretti about the allegations of his trying to get a deputy to lie prior to the first trial, but you did not reveal that in any Brady notice, did you?
So the discussions were that he denied that any such conversation took place, that no such event happened. Again, I'm paraphrasing on this one, but he stated that the deputy showed up, he didn't even know who it was, and the deputy was lost. So there was about 5 or 6 minutes in between when the sergeant had left before the deputy showed up. At that point, when the deputy showed up, Detective Moretti asked him something to the effect of, were you outside when this all happened?
Were you outside, is what you said?
Yes, when this all happened. Detective Gorell replied something to the effect of, I can be if you needed me to. Basically, Detective Gorell, if you reviewed the surveillance footage, went to the wrong conference room and was on his phone wandering about the 7th floor trying to find it.
That was all well and good, but my question really is, you had a discussion with him that he was being accused of trying to get an officer to lie. This was months before the first trial.
This was at some point, I would say, before April of 2023, yes.
Okay. And then I said you did not turn that over to the defense and you started going to what Moretti said. But you also had, didn't you, a statement by a fellow prosecutor who had been prosecuting for 20 years plus that said Moretti did say these things.
To lead, testifying, and all these are an area that's close to.
Thank you. Counsel, I don't want you arguing with a witness. You're giving a recitation of facts and demanding in some way she agrees with it. I don't mind you asking questions about it, but I don't want you to be arguing with it, all right? Restate it.
When you spoke to Detective Moretti And we're talking about the conversation that you actually finally had with him prior to the first trial.
Yes.
Did you let him know that there were allegations made by Ms. Boutros and what they were?
Yes, because I asked him if there was any validity to it. I asked him if there was any validity,
Okay.
and that was his response.
And his response was what you just had told us about?
That is correct.
Okay. Did you speak to Ms. Boutros about it?
No.
But based upon Detective Moretti's representation to you, you decided not to file Brady notice. Is that a fair statement?
No. Based on Detective Moretti's statement, Deputy Gorell's report that also denied any such thing as had.
Their reports don't jive them. Doesn't Detective Moretti say it was a joke and Deputy Gorell say it didn't occur?
Let's go to Patrick DeLoach and see if I can refresh your recollection. May I approach?
Yes, sir. What are you approaching with?
A statement and his words.
Whose statement?
Patrick DeLoach with Detective Moretti and Christine Bradley present.
That conversation was not specific to the murder. That was
Excuse
specific.
me. Did you in fact threaten to have him be federally indicted? Yes or no?
Yes, because of gun sales.
Gun sale. Did you in fact tell him that he would not see his kids for a couple of years?
Possibly.
Well, may I approach?
Yes, sir. Same document?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Did you in fact threaten Jameson Francois?
Same answer, sir. We advised him that lying to us could result in their arrest.
Did you in fact tell him he would be deported to Haiti?
Yes.
Did you in fact tell him that despite the fact that he has lived in this country since he's been 5 years old, he would be deported to... These are his words.
Counsel?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Restate your question,
Did you, as a trained investigator, threaten Jameson Francois to be deported to Haiti, even though he's been in this country since 5 years?
Yes, sir.
Did you, in fact, threaten that he would not get fed?
Okay, so for y'all that don't know what y'all watching right now, I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to get my food together, man. We got a long time, bro. This is gonna be a minute. You feel me? But what y'all don't know, what y'all watching right now, is the fact that this is the detective who was doing the foul play in the YNW Melly case. So they're pretty much, Melly's lawyer is pretty much just going at him for all the bullshit he done been doing, as far as how he getting the witnesses and to come, and he threatening witnesses, like he beating up, physically abusing and assaulting people and all type of shit. He doing all type of wild shit to try to get his point across in this case so he can win. You get what I'm saying? And this is what Melly lawyer is trying to expose to the court before they actually, because this is the pre-trial. This isn't actually the trial. This is the pre-trial. He's trying to expose all this so he can, it's going to help Melly in the long run when it comes to the trial, the second trial. They got a mistrial because the prosecution fucking up. They fucking up in the pre-trial for the motherfucking mistrial. And then now they're going into the second trial. It's like they've been faulty the whole way around. You get what I'm saying? And at least at minimum, they can at least not get him the death penalty because the prosecution is still pushing for the death penalty. So that's the goal. You know? Like for right now, like fuck being free. We can't even think about being free right now. We got to think about, but it's looking good to be free. For real. It's really looking good for him. But nigga, we gotta get the death penalty off the table in the first place. Nigga, that got to be the first thing that happened. And that's still not the first thing yet. That shit's still on the table. So Melly prosecution, his lawyer team, they doing a pretty decent job. You feel me? Like they doing a pretty good job to as far as right now, but let's get back into it. I'm sorry, y'all. I was gone, so I had to catch y'all up for a second. You feel me? But we're gonna get back into it. Let's go.
And get any medicine in the Haitian jails.
I don't know about that in the conversations.
Threatening a witness is.
Objection, Your Honor.
Anyone ask a question? What's the objection?
Relevant.
Hey, overrule this for all. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Do you think threatening a witness who tells you something that you don't like really gets to the truth?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevant.
Sustain.
When you questioned Jameson Francois, were you alone, or did you bring immigration officers with you?
We were at the Courtroom Detention Center, so of course the immigration officer had to be there.
May I approach?
Same state.
A different state. Jameson Francois. Did you in fact tell him that the jails are overcrowded, in referring to Haiti? It's disease-ridden. It's a, excuse my French, a shithole.
Thank you. Objection noted, overruled.
I underlined it so you could see it.
Excuse me, counsel.
Oh.
Judge, your sole witness there.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor.
Sustain. Counsel, I've asked you a couple times.
I apologize. Have you ever heard the term a key to an interview to get to the truth is you catch more with honey rather than vinegar?
Yes, sir.
Would you consider these threats that you gave to these various witnesses?
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation. Relevant.
You obviously don't follow that technique.
Objection, Your Honor.
Hey, this shit getting spicy, y'all. Melly lawyer a little spicy. He got the lawyer on his, I mean the judge on his toes. He got this cop, look right here. This cop dude on the stand. Look, his jaws clenching, his shit tight. His lawyer called an objection at a motherfucking corner.
Let me show you the list of suspects that we talked about and see if this is true and correct. May I approach?
Sure, counsel.
Real quick, y'all. Boy, it's Taco Tuesday around this bitch. And it ain't Tuesday, you feel me? The motherfuckers is smacking it, goddamn. Goddamn, Carl. Boy, the motherfuckers is here, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you, you feel me? I can't even, I'm gonna tip my whole shit over, bro. But I can't be doing all that, bro. I'm about to tip my whole shit over. You go, all right, you ain't gonna make me another one. But let's get back to that. That shit smacky, you feel me? Shout out to motherfucking Bay, cuz. Oh God. What the fuck done happened? Hold on, y'all. We got the yeah. What happened? Hold on. We back in that motherfucker. Hold on. We back in that motherfucker, man. We back in that motherfucker, man. Stop playing with us, man. We already in that bitch. I got you. Hold on, bro. Chill, bro. I told you I got you, fam. We back, bro. And we ain't even skip a beat. You feel me? We ain't even skip a beat. Don't trip, bro. That's it, bro. Just chill. Told you I got you.
Is this a fair and accurate list of the suspects we talked about that you indicated are suspects in this case?
Yes, sir.
Would you sign it for me? Dated today's date? Thank you. May I approach to get the document back? I would ask that this be marked as the next offense exhibit.
Your Honor, state rejected, that's right.
It can be marked as a exhibit for identification. It's marked for identification. It's not evidence.
And does that document exhibit C, defendant C, fairly and accurately?
No, sir.
It doesn't. It lists all the names we talked about, correct?
Yes, sir.
All the names involved in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
I move it in evidence.
Sustained.
Look at that nigga face. Cuz, you can't tell me that nigga don't look guilty, goddamn. That nigga look like he did a whole bunch of shit he finna get exposed for. That's what the fuck he look like right now. Leave it in the comments if y'all think that the prosecution and the detective is moving properly and moving how they supposed to be moving on this motherfucking case, because Melly lawyer is doing his motherfucking due diligence. You feel me? God damn. Let's go.
No further questions.
Bradley, you certainly could be there to either bolster what Ms. Booster says.
Look at the lawyer. The judge. That nigga stressed out from all this bullshit. He want to be against Melly so bad, but he can't because the prosecution keep fucking dropping the ball every which way around the corner. He can't even rock with them because they making him look bad every time he rule in their favor. On God. Watch.
All the names involved in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
I move it in evidence.
Sustained.
Now that I re-look at it, bro, if y'all see this shit, bro, look at the way him and the judge looked at each other like, God damn, we fucked. You got me? He looking like he looking at the judge like, yo, you got me? Right? Look right here. He looking like, yo, you got me? Judge give him look like, shit, I can't do nothing for you, cuz. Watch this.
Defense exhibit.
Look.
It can be marked as a exhibit for identification. It's marked for identification. It's not
Look.
And does that document exhibit C, defendant C, fairly and accurately?
No, sir.
It doesn't.
Judge, you got me? You got me, Judge? I know you got my back. I ain't gonna lie. I know we locked in. You got me. We can get through this, right? I know we can get through this. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing, right? Look at the judge.
It lists all the names we talked about, correct?
Yes, sir.
All the names involved in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
I move it in evidence.
sustained.
Look at the judge. Damn. Look at this shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Boy, these niggas on their shit for real, bro. And I know this shit. Man, what? Man, look. Judge, I know you got me, Judge. Judge, come on now. I know you got me, Judge. Judge, I know this ain't nothing, Judge. We done been through more shit than this, man. More shit than a little bit, Judge. I know you got me, gang. Come on, man. Damn, he might not got me. Damn, he might not got me, man. I think I fucked up. That's the look of guilt right there. That nigga look guilty as I don't know what he did. But whatever they said he did, that nigga did. Oh, God. That's the face of whatever they say he did. He did.
Bradley, you certainly could be there to either bolster what Ms. Boudreaux.
The judge stressed. He can't even take it no more. This nigga like, God damn. God damn,
Says,
I believe, based on your body language, with your arms crossed and a scowl on your face.
oh no, listen, Melly teen coming gangster. They like, nigga, your body language look like you ain't fucking with us, cuz. We trying to G-check you and see what you want, nigga. You for the Constitution or you for your motherfucking self-preservation, nigga? What ties you locked into, nigga? Yeah, nigga. What's up with you, gang? That what they on? Look, they clicked up. 3 white niggas clicked up to this one judge. Like, yeah, nigga, what's up with you? Boy, Melly beat this case with these motherfucking goddamn Jewish ass white boys. I know something. You feel me? Look, he got the with him. Stop playing. They all over 60, bitch. You ain't got that nigga in his 20s, 30s, 40s. All 3 of these niggas in their 60s with the missing patch in the back of their motherfucking head. Nigga looking at this nigga like, bitch, yeah, you gonna do what we tell you to motherfucking do, bitch. Stop playing with us, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. We'll have your motherfucking ass up out of this, bitch. You keep playing with us, nigga. You know what type of pull all 3 of us got, nigga, without you, nigga. Yeah, nigga, stop playing, nigga. That's what they saying. Watch this.
Looking at us like we did something wrong. Should be much more.
This is really serious.
This is so serious. Why do you think we're all here?
Detective Moretti said to Deputy Morell.
Now remember I told you the one that was like this? Yeah, this her. This the one that's, yeah, she against the prosecution and the detective. She the one that's giving both of them the middle finger like, boy, fuck y'all. Stop playing with us. You feel me?
You need to say you were here when I served that search warrant. And it was kind of like an awkward moment. Someone described it just kind of getting punched twice in the head. So there's a search warrant that gets served. And I'm like, what's going on? And then the next thing, he's asking this deputy to lie for him. And again, I'm like, this is like, I'm in the twilight. So I'm like, this can't really be happening.
Here's where the allegations start. In October 2022, Detective Moretti met with Jamie King, YNW Melly's mother. Investigators were trying to determine whether or not she was involved in witness tampering before Melly's case went to trial. Boudreaux was there.
Miss King reached into her purse, and she was fumbling with her phone.
Did you know what she was doing?
You know, it's a phone, so she has this phone. I couldn't tell you what type of phone she had. She was pressing buttons on it. And Detective Moretti was saying over and over again, don't turn off that phone, don't turn off that phone. I knew she was doing something on her phone. I just couldn't swear to exactly what it was that she was doing on the phone. It looked like she was turning off her phone or sending a message or doing something on it. I just couldn't tell. There was a scuffle going on.
Okay, and what did Detective Moretti do?
Detective Moretti physically took the phone from her.
Boudreaux testified that after Jamie King and her attorney left the conference room, Boudreaux says she later overheard Detective Moretti showing a willingness to lie about the phone seizure.
Do you say anything to Moretti?
No, I don't say anything to Moretti. I leave the room, I'm done with the statement. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done investigating this case.
Why?
Because I don't work with detectives that solicit lies.
Excuse my language, but it was his language that he used. Shit! This is the great detective. This is why this kid's sitting here. They have intimidated and threatened everybody. So I ask you, I beg you.
So basically, she was pretty much saying, before we got to that, she was pretty much saying like how he pretty much took the phone from Melly mom. And when the officer finally walked in there, he told the officer to say he was already in the room, because legally, according to their standards and laws and statutes and shit, it was supposed to be an officer in the room when they served the search warrant for the cell phone. But there was no officer in the room when the overzealous officer or detective served the warrant and took the cell phone. So once the officer finally walked in there, she packed her shit up because she saw it all, and then she walked out because she seen what was going on. Then you saw Melly Mom's hand bandaged up because he caused her to be injured the way he snatched the phone, and she expressed that. So now you got Melly lawyers going bonkers again. Watch this.
To consider Felicia Holmes, because that tells you what's going on. When Moretti got that surveillance tape and realized this young man, this little kid, excuse me for calling him a kid, he was 19 at the time, was a rap star making more money than he'll ever see in his entire career.
Yeah, that nigga was making more money than the motherfucking detective would ever see in his lifetime. So that nigga was overzealous and upset and mad at a young black kid who was making way more money than him. Yo, Melly lawyer is gangster, bro. I fuck with this dude, whoever he is. He gangster.
19. He got tunnel vision. And he wanted to nail this kid. And what better way to move up the ranks, get some publicity, is to arrest the star. If they arrest Howard or myself, they go, who the hell is Addleston? Who the hell is Howard? That's the bottom line. So he just focused in, and everything was directed to get this kid. That's why he ignored everything. And that's why he intimidated and threatened anybody that said something different. So I ask you to pay attention to Felicia Holmes, because you do get an idea of what this investigation is. The fourth witness was a Kurt Rhodes, the DNA expert. Now, why is he important? Because while we were picking a jury in April and we were off in May, this prosecutor asked him to go back to the car and check some DNA. Now, why would you do that? The case, according to Moretti, is closed as soon as this young man is arrested. Why do you go back 5 years and ask an expert, a DNA expert, to do some more testing? This kid walked into the Broward, voluntarily surrendered. And 5 years later, they have the audacity to say, to do a little more testing. Why? Because now we're in trial. And they realize there's problems with the case. Why else would you do it? Three years after this young man surrenders, they bring in Danny Polo. I call him the masked man. He came in here for a few hours, if you recall, got on this witness stand and wore a ski mask over his entire face where you could only see his eyes.
Gang, gang, gang. I ain't really with the shit, yeah, bitch.
Okay, so yeah, Now we about to get to the dude Danny Polo. The nigga Danny Polo. That's the masked detective police officer who was seen, as you just seen, with Melly when he was a kid. He been around Melly, but he's supposed to be a motherfucking gang expert or some shit. They about to poke holes in this nigga shit too, cause he moving foul in the bitch as well, y'all. He moving foul in the bitch as well. He not nobody. He not doing nothing proper team. He just a fed. You feel me? And I'm not even sure if that was him with Melly back then, but that's the footage floating around that Danny Polo been around motherfucking Melly. But let's get back into it. We about to get into to see what he really be on.
They came in here. He got involved in 2022 at the request again of the state, the prosecutor. What was the purpose of that? The great gang expert? They wanted to link him to some gang. You know, in the rap culture, whether you want to accept it or not,
see, this where I really feel Melly lawyer really earning his money. Cause he finna say some bullshit and spin it all the way. But I fuck with it though. I want my lawyer to be spinning bullshit too. You feel me? If I'm spinning that motherfucking money.
gangs are attracted to it. If you want to be successful in rap music, you are going to pick up some of the nuances of various gangs. Snoop Dogg, to this day, it was. Oh, right.
No problem. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is argument, all right? Just proceed, counsel. Objection is overruled.
Snoop Dogg, to this day, does hand signs of a gang. And he does that because he realizes it promotes his music. That's the bottom line. And because he wants to promote his music, make money, he's all of a sudden this big gang guy. And they wait till 2022 to bring him in. All due respect.
But, so the record's clear, it says, I need a moment. I can't listen properly. When I was a child, I've seen someone get robbed, and I am having...
Okay, so that was Melly's lawyer pretty much trying to convey to the jury that just being a part of that affiliation stuff, that's just a part of like the music industry. Like, hell, half of the labels ain't even gonna sign these artists if they not down or affiliated with nobody. What? You don't have a gang behind you? No, we don't want you. But what we finna go into right now is when the judge see that this is back when they called the dude Danny Polo into the court situation, and because he had the shiesty mask, you know, you're gonna hear him say it, but somebody pretty much, one of the jurors pretty much wrote in like, oh, it's giving them PTSD because they seen people get robbed and stuff, so he need to take his shiesty mask off. I love niggas, man. I know that was a nigga who did that. You feel me? I love niggas. Expose that
anxiety attack. So my question is,
hold up.
Promote his music.
I can't.
He's all of a sudden this big game guy.
What? Listen to the judge though. The next clip.
They wait till 2022 to bring him in. All due respect.
But so the record's clear. It says, I need a moment. I can't listen properly. When I was a child, I've seen someone get robbed, and I am having an anxiety attack. So my question is, if she's able to proceed with it, or if this is going to somehow color her thinking. That's what I'm mostly concerned with respect to counsel. Sure.
Hello, how are you so employed?
With the Broward County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you worked for Broward County Sheriff's Office?
Since 2015.
How long have you been assigned to the Strategic Investigations Division?
Since March of 2018.
In your time in the Strategic Investigations Division, or SAD, have you worked undercover operations?
Since that time and before.
And the undercover operations that you work, what type are they?
Majority of them are narcotics, firearms, violent crimes, gang-related investigations.
How many years did you spend specifically in the gang and organized crime section of the Strategic Investigations Division?
From March of 2018 till 3 weeks ago.
Have there been credible threats on your life?
Yes.
Is there currently a credible threat on your life?
Yes.
In terms of is there an amount of money assigned to the death of you that has been offered up?
Approximately $50,000.
In terms of your
bitch ass nigga. Nigga, you like only 50,000 to the streets? Even I still think that's too much. But that nigga should be going for about 10,000. And it should be a lot of niggas to make sure that that nigga who do it don't get caught.
safety and security, why do you wear the mask for those reasons?
To protect my family.
I'm sorry, that was probably politically incorrect for me to say. I apologize to all people that be watching this. And if you got to this far into my video and you feel offended, I just appreciate you getting this far. Thank you. But shit, it is what it is.
So I'm not walking around Broward County, Palm Beach County, Dade County, anywhere, and get ambushed by someone that might be looking for me. We've done cell phone warrants on multiple people in Broward County involved in the investigation work after threat. And outside of that investigation, there's photographs of deputies being sent around, people trying to figure out who I am and what I look like. And that's a kind of a concern for me. If it was just one person, I'd probably just write it off. But you know, after 5 or 6 cell phones got downloaded, and there was pictures of many deputies being sent around saying, "Is this Danny Polo?" I'm like, okay, these guys are actually looking for me.
And so, Detective Polo, with regards to the prior times you testified in court, did you testify earlier this month before the Honorable Judge Martin Fine?
Yes.
How were you attired?
I believe I was wearing this suit, probably.
And in terms of your face, how was that?
Same mask.
Have you testified before the Honorable Judge Michael Usan in this courthouse?
Yes.
Was that in or around February and March of this year, 2023?
Yes.
And what case was that on?
That was the XXX Tentacion case.
And that was the death of that individual?
Yes.
How many times did you testify in that case?
It was twice.
How were you attired when you testified then?
Different suit, same mask.
And in terms of during that particular testimony, were individuals trying to call your cell phone and get in contact with you during the actual testimony?
Yeah, that happened.
And was this testimony live streamed as well?
It was live streamed.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You have any questions
Yes.
on this issue? Go ahead.
Yes. What time did you get to the courthouse today? Sit outside.
So basically, they just pretty much trying to justify him wearing the mask and why he should wear the mask, because he has active threats on his life. That's pretty much, that's to sum it all, that bullshit up in just a quick synopsis. That's all they said. They want to justify him wearing the mask, but that's why we're also not actually seeing his whole face either. But he will be exposed, because you know the streets do their motherfucking business, you feel me? Shout out to motherfucking, what's his name? 1090 Jake, you feel me? Yeah.
Just after 9 o'clock.
And were you wearing that mask?
No, sir.
In fact, you've been sitting out there for at least an hour unmasked as people were walking in and out, correct?
Correct.
Are you the only expert in dealing with gangs in DSO?
I believe I'm the only one that's testified as an expert at the Broward Sheriff's Office currently.
How about in the state of Florida? You know?
I'm sure there's other experts in the state of Florida.
And for the last hour, you've been right outside this courtroom where the doors are, correct?
Yes.
Unmasked.
Yes.
As people in this group, including myself, were walking in and out, correct?
Yes, sir.
You weren't concerned about...
So basically, the nigga is testifying that he need the mask like a motherfucker, but you just sat outside that same courtroom for an hour and a half with no mask on. But now, because you on the stand, you need the mask. Like, people don't know who you is. Come on, man. He tripping.
Your safety then?
No one knows who I was out there. And I was under the impression I wasn't going to be allowed to wear the mask. So I took that one on the chin.
I have no further questions.
Thank you. So, detective or deputy, I'm sorry, which is it?
Detective, deputy.
Regarding, you're telling me that you have fear for your safety.
For my safety, but more for the safety of my family.
And that's if your face was broadcast.
Yes, sir.
And you're indicating now that there is intelligence from BSO that there is some type of bounty or price on your life.
I intercepted it on a court-authorized wiretap through the state of through Broward County. It was a wire authorized by Judge Siegel in a gang investigation. During that investigation, there was conversations about placing a bounty on my head, upwards of $50,000. And since then, we've, as I stated before, recovered several cell phones in that investigation and other narcotics investigations, firearms investigations, an investigation in South Carolina that is tied to Broward, where photographs of deputies were sent with my name attached to it. People trying to figure out who I am, what I look like.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can you step down just way outside?
Today, we'll be forcibly taking somebody's mask off. June 22nd, 2023. Detective Danny Polo would become an internet sensation after photos of him wearing a shiesty mask in the courtroom made their way to social media. This was the so-called gang expert called in to testify against YNW Melly, as the state sought to prove Melly's gang affiliation. This so-called gang affiliation is one of the aggravating factors in securing a death penalty conviction in Florida. The only problem is their so-called gang expert has about the same level of knowledge as any other random kid that watches YouTube or Gangland. While no one else was able to wear a mask for their own safety, Detective Polo was granted a shiesty in court. He would testify that he's worked for the Broward County Sheriff's Office since 2015 and has an alleged $50,000 bounty on his head. He would claim the mask would protect his family and withhold his identity, but a few YouTube comments would make significant arguments. One being, if someone has a bounty on your head, they already know what you look like, and this was just a state tactic to make jurors intimidated by the mask in order to make them fear YNW Melly. The defense would ask Detective Polo what time he arrived at court, to which he answered 9 a.m. And when asked if he was wearing the mask, Detective Polo would answer no. The defense would continue by stating Detective Polo sat outside of the courtroom for an hour, unmasked. This would lead to another comment pointing out the flaw in his hidden identity, and like someone else said, if you want to protect your family, don't go around testifying in everyone's court.
What the fuck? Sorry, y'all. I don't know. YouTube tripping, y'all.
Developing at 5:30 some shocking testimony made by.
I could not.
Start.
Firearms, violent. I intercepted it.
In order to make them fear.
Oh shit. Nah, that was it. Damn, I forgot. Oh, we went through the whole video. We went through the whole video, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. My fin up. God damn. That was yeah, dog, that was the whole stream, bro. I'm sorry about that, y'all. My bad. I thought it was going longer, man. I thought we was gonna have like a whole 2 or 3 hour stream just now, man. Man, I feel like I'm shitting y'all, man. I need to come back with another one, man. Matter of fact, yeah, so y'all pretty much caught up, but it was another little aspect. You see how they've been talking about XXX Tentacion through this motherfucker a little bit, like the same nigga, Danny Polo, been motherfucking into the nigga that was pretty much he testified in XXX shit. You feel me? Like XXX case. It with the same shiesty on. You feel me? But then we just recently found out that it's a nigga. It's a nigga that it's a nigga from his case just became a witness in his case. You get what I'm saying? This dude right here, he just became a witness in X case. I mean, a witness, and he just became a witness in Melly case, but he one of the people that was involved in the killing of ex Tentacion. You feel me? So, like, I want to know, but we don't know what really is going on with that. You feel me? But I knew it was something going on that I was missing. Why that video wasn't really complete? Cause I want to know like who Gangi is, like what he got going on, like how he even know what's going on with Melly. And I think he been locked up before Melly even, but they said that him and Melly was locked up in the same jail, not jail cell together, but the same jail. So we gonna figure it out, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna follow this case, and we're gonna keep up, and we're gonna see what's going on. We're gonna keep our ears to the streets and to the, not the streets for real, because they don't know shit. But we're gonna keep our ears in the courtroom and see what's going on with Melly and his lawyer, so we could bring it to the people who don't know what's going on, to break it down the proper way and how it's supposed to be. But for those of y'all who don't know who this is, man, I'm about to end this video off on that note. You get what I'm saying? Those of y'all who don't know who this is, man, it's your boy Big 36, nigga. Project Slum Lord, king of the slum business, man. You already know what's going on, man. If you don't know who it is, man, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so y'all get all my notifications. Y'all get all my content so y'all can get to know me the best way y'all know how, man. Check in, tap in with your boy, man. Without further ado, man, till next time, I'll be back, man. Next video, we're gonna be reacting to this Kanye, pretty much this Kanye goddamn what it was. Some biopic he didn't even authorize to be put out, but they put it out. So we're gonna watch it just cause. Anyway, but shout out to y'all, man. Till next time, man. Love y'all, man. Next time.
Pass the rock this ice, Tell me what you niggas know about sacrifice.